Welcome into another high school preview show. This time, Coach Gillespie at Fox Creek. What's going on, Coach?
Not much, guys. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you hopping on. Like we kind of said, it's first year for you guys. Me and Sammy talk about it a lot. Getting these new schools on is big for us, big for you guys, so we can see different parts of the state. Because I know the creeks down there in Augusta,
Yeah,
it's a long ways away from us, especially me. But I know we were very high on you guys last year.
yeah,
I can't wait to see you again. And let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about last year. We know you guys had a pretty good year.
yeah. Last year we finished 25-1. We came out with a hot start in the Emerald City Classic mixed with the Peach Ridge. Coach Height and Coach Horton at Strom Thurmond and Emerald kind of teamed up last year for their preseason tournament, and we caught fire early, and it just kept rolling. Last year, ran into Emerald, a really scrappy team with Coach Height over there, and they gave us our first loss in the season, but we were gotten to region play with Pillion and Batesburg, and we split with Batesburg and knew that we had Silver Bluff and Strom Thurmond left. Um, Strom Thurmond being our crosstown rivals, those are a couple really good games, and we ended up walking them off in our place, and then a 10-inning game at their place to win the region championship last year. And then we go to the playoffs and have a great first round, get through the district, and then run into Gray Collegiate. Um, we make one error in the sixth inning, give up 2 runs, and lose 2-0. So, and then run into Strom Thurmond one more time in the playoffs, and they get us at home 3-1, and just a really good ball game. But really excited for this year and ready to get after it with these guys.
Now, obviously, coming off, the great year you guys had last year. I know everybody's always like, "Well, it's a hell of a year you guys had, right?" I mean,
Yeah.
you look at the big picture of it, a hell of a year. How does talk about some of your returners you got coming back for this year to kind of help lead your boys, lead the troops, lead the team into the 25 season?
Yeah, so lucky for me, it was my first year as a head coach, and I had one senior, and he was kind of our base runner. So we have everybody coming back pretty much. Bradley Anderson on the mound. Hear you guys talk about him a lot. He's one of our guys going to Western Carolina next year, going to be a Catamount. Devin Hillary is another big piece of the puzzle we have. Going to play some outfield for us, going to play some first base for us, and he's going to be on the bump for us. In the infield, we have Jackson Wright, who was our shortstop last year, and Hank Green, our second baseman, and our whole outfield's coming back. Another top returner we have is Will Fountain. He went 7-0 on the bump last year, and he was our, I guess, Friday night guy being a 2-game series. But having all those arms come back, that's huge for us. I think we were counting the other day in our program, JV and varsity, we have 18 pitchers in our program, which is huge in high school baseball.
Drew, you're muted. Drew.
We're having technical difficulties on this side. Coach is messing me up.
God's country don't like the podcast.
No, we don't like the podcast. Coach, you talk about some of those returners. What about some newcomers you guys got that may be coming onto the scene this year?
Yeah, so some newcomers. There's a battle kind of at every position right now with some JV guys coming up. Just only graduating one senior. We have Jamari Peoples playing shortstop for us right now. He's kind of in a battle with him and another newcomer, a kid who moved in from Michigan. Actually, his name is Manny Abro. Just a scrappy ball player. He's more of a gamer than anything. Really excited to see those two kind of go at that spot and just kind of battle for it, and really push the returning guys that we have from last year. Some other newcomers on the mound, we have Cameron Porter. He's a sophomore. We had him on the pocket radar the other day. He was sitting 83 in January. I was like, man, I like to see that from a sophomore. And another 6'6" righty, Andrew Dories. He's kind of a PO and corner outfield guy for us, but excited to see him on the bump as well.
Now, I know obviously this question kind of goes all over the place, especially when we talk to a lot of high school coaches, and I know this one's kind of changed. We're going to talk about some expectations, and it really changes, right? Especially with a lot of changes in the high school league
Yeah.
this year, right? A lot of changes in regions, a lot of changes in classifications. I know where we're going to put where we're going to be at on you guys for the expectations, but what are some expectations you have and your staff has for your club going in this 25 season?
One of the big expectations we like try to really force on the guys, I guess, not really force, but one of our standards is assuming nothing. Like, just don't assume just because we have everybody coming back, we're going to be the same team we were last year, because last year's wins or home runs or errors aren't going to help us win or lose games. So that's kind of our expectations. But these guys are going to be thrown into the gauntlet early. We just kind of released our schedule the other day, and first game of the season in the Peach Ridge, we opened up with Somerville. And then Airport, and then Strom Thurmond. We go across the river, play Greenbrier, play Harlem a couple times. So we got some juggernauts on the schedule this year. But the expectations is going to be a little bit tougher. Luckily for us, we have that big rotation I was talking about with the arms. We're moving to a 3-game series where we were at a 2-game series last year. So it's not like Monday, Wednesday, Friday for us in our region, though. We play 2 and then 1 at the end. So I think it's going to kind of help us out a lot with that. But just not assuming anything is one of our big expectations, and just, I guess, keeping the main thing is just win what's important now. That's kind of one of our slogans too. It's not what we can do or have done in the past. It's what's important now.
Coach, I know we're pumped to see you guys play. I know I'll be high on you early. I don't know about Espo and Austin there when we do the pick'em show early, but I know I'll be high on you guys. And we really do appreciate you hopping on here to talk about your upcoming squad.
Absolutely, guys. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for all y'all do for us.